What's up, you guys? It's your girl, the Sunflower Child, and you are now tuned into Talks with Sean, the podcast. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And if you're not, welcome back. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. I'm excited for this topic. So last week was Valentine's Day, and so I just thought it was appropriate to keep my, little decorations up for this topic. Today we're going to be talking about preparing to be a wife and just preparing in general, right? So this is not excluding the men, because there's going to be some things that I talk about that can help men as well. And so I wanted to talk about this topic because I'm realizing that the older I get, the more my friend group and I desire to be married, right? Some of my friends are already married or engaged, or dating to be married. And then there's some of us who are in the waiting pool, waiting to be hooked. No, I'm kidding. There's some of us that are on the journey of preparing to be a wife. And so I just thought it would be perfect to have an episode about preparing to be a wife. And a lot of times we feel like, okay, what does that mean? So if I'm preparing to be a wife, that means, okay, I got to do this a certain way so that this type of man will be attracted to me. I have to, change myself so that now all that I'm thinking about is preparing to be a wife. And that's not what I mean by preparing to be a wife. When I say preparing to be a wife, what it really means, the best answer that I can give you is really taking care of yourself. And I know this sounds crazy to say, but really not even focusing on marriage. I think a lot of times, and I think that's what's holding a lot of women back. We are so focused on being married and having the wedding and being somebody's wife and being somebody's mommy that we're not focused on the journey of preparing to be a wife and the journey of marriage. We're focused on the glitz and glam and the ooh la las of it, but we're not focused on the back end of what it takes to be married, what it takes to be a fiance, what it takes to prepare to be a wife. And that is why we're talking about it today. And so what I'm realizing that you can't be, right, somebody's wife or somebody's husband if you're not even husband or wife material. Ooh. And you might say, well, dang, I am. But are you really? Because there's a lot of things, right, that we must deal with inside that we cannot bring into our relationship, especially a God-fearing relationship that God has planted this woman, this man in your life. You cannot bring damage. I'm sorry. You cannot bring the whole cow and its children with you along to the next journey, to the promised land. I'm sorry, you gotta let that go. Let that cow and them children go and start a new family over here with the promised land. And so we have to really understand that the best thing that we can do for ourselves is taking care of ourselves, right? Preparing ourselves. You can't ask God for something if you are not ready for it. And I talked about this before in one of my TikToks. I talked about how you have to be ready, right, for a certain responsibility, right? When God gives you something, when God gives you a blessing, there's always a responsibility behind that blessing. And so God wants you to be ready and responsible enough to handle the wife or to handle the husband that he has for you. And he can't give it to you if you are not able or if you're not ready to be responsible for something like that. And we all want love, right? We all want to be married. We all want to be in a relationship. I mean, somebody who says they enjoy being alone is a liar, because God did not create us to be alone, right? God did not create us to live a life where it's just us and him, right? He wants us to have a relationship with him, don't get me wrong, but he also created other people, hello, so that we can connect and create life. So, it's so important, right, that we really take time to figure out what's in us that we don't want to bring into our marriage and into us finding someone, and what are things that are great pros to bring into a marriage or bring into meeting someone. And you just have to start with your mind, body, and soul, right? Prepare for what you want. Start acting like a wife. You cannot be posting you shaking your booty 1, 2, 3 on a beat and expecting, respectfully, hello, expecting somebody to really wife that. I'm just saying, like, you cannot. There are certain things and certain aspects of you that you have to let go in order to be a wife. And I'm not saying don't be yourself, but what I'm saying is there's a certain level of maturity that you must have to be somebody's wife, to be somebody's husband. You can't do the things that you did when you were single into the journey of being a wife or being a husband. You just can't. It's not going to work. And so some things have to die. Some things must be thrown away, respectfully. Stop asking God for a man that has a 6-figure job and he has no kids, he has his own apartment, he has his own car, and you don't have all those things. Stop asking God, or stop looking for somebody who got a 6-pack and you over there eating a 6-pack of honey buns. Let's be real. Stop asking God, or stop looking for a woman who got a big booty but you can't lift 250. I'm just saying, the booty holds weight. Stop asking or stop looking for things that you can't even do or you can't even match yourself. Respectfully. You want a man that works out, but you haven't worked out, sis. How you gonna keep up with him? You want a woman, come on, let's be honest. You want a woman who is a God-fearing woman who can pray over you, but you're not praying over yourself, man. Hello? Stop asking for things or stop wanting things that you're not doing for yourself. You can't be compatible with somebody if you're not doing what it takes to be compatible. Oh, I know I hit a nerve there. It starts with yourself. I asked my best friend today, and she gave me the same answer. I asked her, what did you do to prepare to be a wife? And her answer was very simple. She said, I took time for myself and I took time for God, and I was very intentional. And that's another video that we'll be talking about next week, being intentional. But those were key words. She said, I took time for myself. And she said, I spent time with God. And I don't think people understand how powerful that really is, right? And I think sometimes we're so afraid to be alone, so we try to do things ourselves. And let me tell you something about God. God will delay everything. And that's the beautiful thing about God, right? We want something, but God will delay everything that he has for us until we allow him to control it. Because God is like, I have a lot for you, but you're over here trying to be the creator. And so I'm going to let you rock out, but you're delaying the process because you want to rush things and you want things your way when I got all of this for you over here. But because you want to rush, go ahead, cool, delay your process. And that's what we do a lot of times. We delay our process and we delay our blessings. Stop delaying your blessings because God has somebody for you. But you keep delaying it because you keep hanging out with Day Day. Why are you hanging out with Day Day when you know he's not the one for you? Let me tell you something. It is so funny. The other day, I was having a conversation with my friend, right? And I hope, Lord Jesus, I hope he doesn't watch this. But however, if he does, love you. But I had a conversation with my friend. We were talking about the pros and cons of what we want and what we don't want. And I was telling her, I don't want this, I want that, or whatever. That were reasonable things, okay? Reasonable. Be reasonable. And so literally the next day, I was talking to a friend of mine who, we decided that, okay, maybe we should give it a try. In my heart, in my spirit, I knew that I shouldn't, right? And I think once you get older, the older you get and the more intentional you get about wanting to be in a healthy relationship, the more your spirit picks up things that you know you're not supposed to be a part of and deal with. And I also think that comes with building a relationship with God as well. But anyway, so we were talking and I was just like, you know, we said we was gonna do it. We said we was gonna get it right. Now, mind you, this is somebody that's been in my life for 5 years, on and off, okay? Hello, if somebody can't get it the first year, sweetie, let it go. Respectfully, let it go. And I understand people grow and people need time and all that stuff like that. But if it's been 5 years and the person still don't got it together, why are you wasting your time? Do not be that desperate that you just waiting to hold on to somebody because, okay, you want to be in a relationship. I'd rather be by myself, hello, before I deal with halfness any longer. I'm just not dealing with it no more. I think when you come to a realization that, oh my God, there's so much that I'm giving out and there's so much less that they're putting into this relationship that you just had enough. And you get to a point, hopefully I pray that you get to a point where you're like, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone than to deal with halfness and to put on for social media. So, you know, we started talking and I was just like, I just had to tell him no. It ain't gonna work. Respectfully, I'm not gonna get into his business because that's none of y'all business, and it's, you know, but there was just a lot of things that I had said that I would not put up with, that I was going to put up with for the sense of being in a relationship. And I just realized that is delaying the process of me healing and really taking care of myself so that I can be a wife to somebody that deserves it. Because even if I got into that relationship, right, it wouldn't have worked out no matter how great the guy is. It wouldn't have worked out because there are a lot of things that God wants you to work on individually. And that's what was happening to me. There was a lot of things that God was like, what are you doing? Like, you just had this conversation with your friend and now you're putting yourself in a situation. See, we put ourselves in situations that we know we shouldn't be in. Ooh. We do. Because of the fantasy of being in a relationship, the fantasy of wanting someone. And God says no. I need you to focus on yourself. In this year, in this season, to all my single ladies, I know it's hard. I know you've seen everybody get flowers. And I know you've seen everybody on TikTok and the black love. And that's all great and dandy. And don't be jealous or envious. Because what God has for you is for you. And when your time comes, you want people to celebrate you. So don't be a bugaboo because somebody else is happy in love. Be happy for them. Because you will want your friends to be happy for you when it's your turn. Ladies, let's not be bitter. Let's be happy in this season in our life. This is the perfect time. God gave you quality time to get you together so that when the time is come, you never know. Listen, this might be the season for you to be ready to be somebody's wife, but you are so stuck on not having somebody that you're afraid to heal the broken wounds and really prepare. You just want to rush. And God is like, I allowed that relationship not to happen because I have something better for you, sis. And I want you to figure you out. I want you to work on you. I want you to love you. I want you to be unconditionally happy and in love with yourself so that when somebody comes, you're setting standards. You don't have to lower your standards to be in love. And lowering your standards to be in love, that's not really love anyway. Because when you're in love with somebody, you shouldn't have to lower yourself. And so, prepare to be a wife. You want to be a wife? Start cooking. Start setting a table for yourself. Literally, start cooking and setting up a table. Start looking at rings just to look at rings. Start looking at YouTube videos of people's weddings and stuff like that. just to get an idea of, okay, what you want and what you don't want. Start going to the gym. You said you want a workout partner. Be your workout partner for yourself. Hello? We oftentimes want somebody to love us the way that we should really be loving ourselves. That's a good one. And so it's time to love you unconditionally so that you can be the best version of you, so that you can prepare, and so that you can start to be somebody's wife. It starts with you. It starts with you. It doesn't start with looking a certain way. It doesn't start with attracting a certain type of man. No, because when you are so focused on, let me tell you something. When you are so focused on you, when you get to a place where you're healed and you don't care about what your ex and your past and whatever is going on there, and you don't care what Sally and Lance is doing in their relationship, not that you are hating, but you just got your own thing. You tunnel vision. You're so focused on your career, your health, your mental health, your physical health, all of that, that you don't even realize that you're working on yourself, and then boom, that's when it comes. When you are not focused on it. And so many of us are focused on it. And that's why it has not came. Because God is like, you're so focused on something and not focused on me. God has the right person for you. I promise you, he does. He has an amazing wife for you. He has an amazing husband for you. But he wants you to prepare. He wants you to work on yourself. He wants you to love yourself. He wants you to heal the broken wounds so that when that man and woman comes, you're whole. When you order a pizza, you expect the whole pizza. You don't expect 4 slices. You expect 8 slices. You didn't order a small. You ordered a medium. So that's just like with a relationship. You don't want a half a person. You want a whole person. You want somebody that can add to the relationship. And so in this season, I pray that you become whole. I pray that you really are intentional this year with who you want to be. Right? Set the standard. Hello? Is this ring real? Heck no. But I'm setting the standard. I'm not saying I'm setting the standard for a fake ring, but what I'm saying is I'm setting a standard of this is what I'm coming. And I'm not saying I need a big ring, but what I'm saying is I'm setting the standard for myself. I'm setting the standard of how I want to be treated. Stop waiting for a man, or stop waiting for a woman, to spoil them, or to go out, or to travel. Do that by yourself. A lot of things we're waiting for people to impress us, when in reality, honey, you need to impress yourself. So that when that person comes, they're like, oh, okay, man, she didn't live life. My little flowers don't do nothing for her. And I'm not saying flowers aren't great, because I love flowers. But what I'm saying is that is the bare minimum. Hello? You got to set the standard for yourself. You getting excited for flowers, and he taking you out to Applebee's. And it's not a materialistic thing. I'm just saying, set standards. Set standards. Applebee's is great. I love it. But you have to set standards for yourself. You deserve more than Applebee's. And that's for men too. Men, you deserve to be treated and spoiled too. Why do women feel like it's only us up to the man to spoil the woman? No, spoil your man as well. Stop settling for things because the idea of being in a relationship, the idea of, it is so sad that people put themselves, including myself, I'm not even going to dismiss myself. I put myself in situations just to say I was in a relationship. Do you know how sad that is? That is sad. There was a lot of times where I was unhappy, and I've seen friends be unhappy. but the idea of being with someone, and it's not even really that person, but just somebody. Sis, you're better than that. You really are. And I just, as I've gotten older, and as I'm in my oh Lord, my late 20s, I'm realizing that it is better to be alone than to deal with people's toxicness. So prepare yourself, cook, do a hobby, go to yoga, go to a hip-hop class, something. You never know where you might find your man. You might find your man at the gym. You might find your man walking your dog. Your dog might, hello, come on, Jesus. You might be walking your dog and find your husband because he has a dog, and y'all have a lot in common. But it started off with your dogs liking each other. You just never know. And a lot of people don't have faith. A lot of people don't have faith that God can't give you a God-fearing, healthy relationship. And if he's done so much more in your life, what makes you think he can't give you the desires of your heart? It's not nothing's impossible when God is in the mix. Get your relationship with God together. Date yourself. Work on you. Love God. Build a relationship with God. God needs to trust you. Whew. Ooh, God needs to trust you with the gift that he has for you. Wow. God needs to trust you with the gift. See, you know how like we get excited for Christmas, right? Throughout the days, the days go by and we're counting down the days, right? Because we're sitting there, we're looking at the gift, the present. And that's exactly how God is. God is like, I have this gift, but I can't give it to you until the right time comes. I can't give it to you until Christmas. Woo! Just like our parents like, I got a gift, but I'm not going to put it under the tree until it's Christmas time. God is not going to give you a gift until it's the right time to bless you with it. So don't rush the process. Enjoy the process. Enjoy being single. Enjoy preparing. Enjoy this time, because you're not going to get it back. When God sends you your man, when God sends you your wife, you're going to be like, I wish I would have enjoyed my time being single. Enjoy your time. Date. Figure out what you want. Figure out what you don't want. But prepare. Prepare to be somebody's wife. Get you together. Focus on yourself. That's the biggest thing that you could do, is focus on yourself. Get you together. Get you together. And so I hope this helps. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you realize that preparing to be somebody's wife, preparing to be somebody's husband is not really about them in a sense, but it's really about taking care of you so that you can be the best version, right? And I pray that in this season of your singleness, I pray that you become strong. I pray that you are okay with being alone. You're not alone because God is with you. But I pray that you are okay with being alone as far as figuring out who you are as a woman, as a man, right? Getting you together, and so that when the time does come, that God brings you your perfect gift that is designed for you to have. So until next time, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.